Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, 18-year-old Trelawney farmer charged with murder. 18-year-old Trelawney farmer Vasha J. Murphy was on Thursday charged with the murder of another farmer who was killed during an altercation. The charge is in relation to the death of 45-year-old farmer Vinzel Facey of Blind Lane in Warsop in the parish along the Cotton Tree Main Road. Reports from the Ulster String Police are that about 7 a.m. on Saturday, July 27, an altercation developed between Facey, who is from Botop Town in the parish, and Murphy. The police say a piece of board was brought into play and used it to hit Facey repeatedly. Murphy reportedly ran away and hid nearby. Residents stumbled upon Facey's body about 6:30 a.m. the following morning and summoned the police. Murphy was arrested during a police operation and was charged on Thursday, August 1, following a question and answer session. His court date is being finalized. Man and a boy 17 remanded on shop-breaking charges. The fate of a St. James man and a 17-year-old boy who are said to have unlawfully entered a business place will be decided on September 12. Patrick Donaldson and the juvenile pleaded guilty to shop-breaking and larceny when they recently appeared in the St. James Parish Court before presiding judge Natisha Fairclough Hilton. Court documents indicate that on July 4, the complainant securely locked his wholesale establishment before proceeding to his residence on the upper floor. On July 5, around 2:40 a.m., the complainant heard sounds emanating from his wholesale downstairs. Upon investigation, he discovered that a break-in had occurred, prompting him to lock the front door and seek the assistance of a nearby security guard. The security guard apprehended Donaldson and the juvenile. It was later discovered that $30,000 had gone missing from the cash till and the wholesale door had been damaged. The police were summoned and the two males were arrested and charged. Donaldson and the juvenile were remanded in custody until September 12, when they will be sentenced. Woman weeps after plot to murder brother over house lands her in prison. A St. Catherine woman who trumped up $60,000 to get her brother killed in a dispute over a 3-bedroom family house broke down in tears after she was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. The 45-year-old furniture maker, Elisa Rose of Hewatton, sought assistance from 2 persons, including her tenant, to get her brother killed and had deposited $20,000 on the contract. She was found guilty of conspiracy to murder following a trial in the Home Circuit Court in May. On Wednesday, while Justice Dale Palmer was handing down the sentence, the stout-built convict, who was dressed in a grey blouse and blue jeans pants, sat down in the dock and gripped the railing tightly as she bowed her head and wept. Rose's ex-tenant testified during the trial that in December 2013, she rented a bar owned by the furniture maker on premises at Olympic Way in Kingston, where a 3-bedroom house was also located. The following month, Rose approached the tenant and told her that she wanted her to get rid of her brother and that the previous tenant had promised to do it but never did. The tenant was told that if she could not get the killing done, she would be asked to leave. Rose, the court heard, sent numerous texts to the tenant telling her that time was running out and urged her to get the job done. According to the tenant, Rose did not collect her rent for January as she felt that she could not carry out the heat and therefore could not stay at the premises. The tenant, however, told one of her customers about the plot in February and told him where to find Rose. Rose subsequently gave the tenant $20,000 to pay the customer, who never came for the money. The money was returned to Rose, who became angry and gave the tenant notice the following day. Both the tenant and the customer later reported the matter to the police. The brother told the court that when he went to live at the house in 2005, Rose was not living there but had a bar there. He said in 2014, his sister attacked him with a cutlass after she removed his furniture from off the veranda and locked the grill. the police were summoned and were told by both his mother and Rose that they wanted to throw him off the property. In March, the brother later found out about the plot to have him killed and that Rose had secretly moved out of the house 2 weeks before. According to the brother, the news left him in deep shock. Having heard the dreadful news, the brother said he bought a flask of rum, Magnum and a bag of weed, and that while drinking, smoking and looking at the whole situation, saw his life flashing before his eyes. The brother said he also saw his sister's life and 3 other people's lives, but that he prayed for Rose. He too later reported the matter to the police. Meanwhile, before the sentence was passed, attorney at law Esther Reed, in her plea in mitigation, begged the judge to give Rose a non-custodial sentence, noting that she was the perfect candidate. Reed told the judge that her client had no previous offenses and that this was her first brush with the law. She also mentioned that Rose, who was the last of 6 children, had a troubled life and that her problems, unfortunately, stemmed from her tumultuous relationship with her siblings. Pointing to the community report, Reed asked the judge to bear in mind that residents described Rose as very private, hardworking and quiet and had nothing negative to say, only that she be given lenience. Prosecutor Dwayne Green, however, urged the judge to consider the principle of deterrence and send a message to society that the court takes these offenses seriously. Had it not been for the person who she conspired with coming to another agreement, the complainant by all means would have been a dead man, Green said. Persons must be aware that when you enter into a plan to kill somebody, a serious offense, that the court will frown upon it and the court will impose sentences that are just in the circumstances. Justice Palmer, in handing down the sentence, said he could not offer Rose a non-custodial sentence as the imprisonment is preserved for the most serious offense and that the threshold in this case has been passed. Noting that the maximum is 10 years, the judge started at 5 and added 4 years for aggravating factors such as the conspiracy, the victim being a family member, and the fact that the matter went to trial. However, 2 years were deducted for the mitigating factors, Rose's previous good record and a community report, and a further 6 months for time spent in custody. Data collection infrastructure set up for police body cameras, says Blake. Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake says that the wearing of body-worn cameras by the police will soon be a permanent feature of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Indicom has been vocal over the last several years about members of the force not being fitted with body-worn cameras during police operations. The Commission has asserted that the absence of body-worn cameras has hampered its investigation of controversial police shootings. But speaking with the media in Western Jamaica on Friday, Commissioner Blake rubbished the claims that members of the force were resistant to wearing the cameras. He argued that over the last few years, the police high command has been installing the required data collection center in order to get the body-worn camera program off the ground.
And so we have been working over the past 2 to 3 years, building out that infrastructure, strengthening our infrastructure, our data center, ensuring that our network communications are adequate, and so that we can properly manage the products from these body-worn cameras. Now that we have completed that, the next part of the project is to actually procure body-worn cameras and pin them on to our members. And this is the easy part. And so whilst people may say why we don't implement body-worn cameras and stuff, I think the public needs to understand that in getting this program up and running the way it is supposed to, we need to have appropriate infrastructure, and that's what we're doing over the time. And so now you see persons with body-worn camera. This idea that police don't want to wear body-worn camera because of whatever intention, that is nothing further from the truth. Trelawney, St. James, Westmoreland, and Hanover has been doing an excellent job pulling the team together. There's an excellent synergy that I see happening here in the space, and what is heartening in all of this is how eloquently each member can speak to the objective, to the goal, and to the targets that we have set. And so all in all, I'm very happy that these officers they actually understand the vision, understand the goal, and they are executing it seamlessly.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.